What are the fundamentals of Sikong Zhen?
A lot of people have a misconception about the hero Sikong Zhen. They think, wow, this hero relies on mechanical skill, you need fast hands, and you have to dodge abilities. But that's not actually the case. Let me put it this way. If you want to play Sikong Zhen well, mechanical skill only accounts for about 20% or even less. So a lot of people end up going down a dead end. When playing Sikong Zhen, some people either go 1 to 5 or 3 to 8, taking off only to crash and burn, which has caused the reputation of this originally strong hero to get worse and worse. So today I'm going to teach everyone some of the fundamentals of playing Sikong Zhen. That's why I haven't said a single word about laning, because it's not important. Well, it's not that it's unimportant, but the more detailed I get about laning, the more you'll focus on it and end up forgetting the true essence of Sikong Zhen. Alright, now let's get into the essence. Pay close attention. At this point, I won't fight this Kwang Ti anymore. Even if I could win, I have to save my dash ability. Just now, our support provided us with vision. The enemy started at red buff, so what we need to do now is avoid going through the river, because we don't know if their jungler will come from the river or from the lane. Don't underestimate the importance of avoiding ganks. If you watch the top Sikong Zhen players' live streams, most of them start the game this way. In other words, if you don't maximize your anti-gank measures, you'll definitely crash and burn in the mid to late game, even if you get ahead early. Because the essence of Sikong Zhen is snowballing, and the most crucial part of snowballing is preventing ganks. However, you usually need to watch out for ganks at 2 key moments. First, at 1 minute and 15 seconds, you need to be wary of junglers who clear camps quickly. Second, around the 2-minute mark, you have to keep playing defensively like I do, because junglers who like to double back for another gank will often come after us again. So you can see that the timing of when I return to lane is synchronized with when the enemy jungler shows up on the map. As long as you handle these two anti-gank timings, I can confidently say that, while I can't promise anything else, you can easily gain another 200 points above your current peak rank without any problem. Next is Sikong Zhen's third anti-gank timing. This is something only top players master. Once you learn it, it's no exaggeration to say that the rank you can reach has no upper limit. It all depends on your talent. Pay close attention to the respawn time of our red buff. At this point, many junglers usually make one of two choices. First, push the mid lane before clearing the buff, or second, gank a side lane before clearing the buff. So as you can see, the enemy jungler didn't miss a beat, but I never use my mobility at these 3 anti-gank timings. As long as you do this, you won't get caught. Even if a top tier player comes, even if someone with 20,000 points tries, they still won't be able to catch you. It's that absolute. Only if you handle the early game like I do, will you have the confidence to taunt your opponents, and only then will you be qualified to take on 2 or more enemies and show off. Take me for example. The essence of Sikong Zhen lies right here, you know? Almost every time before the minion wave arrives, I'm always controlling vision. In this game, our jungler is supporting mid and then rotating top, so he doesn't care about me. What we need to do is make sure we stay at full health on the lane, and even if we could win a fight, we don't take it. So no matter how the enemy tries to catch me, I'm always at full health, I always save my mobility skill, and I always know when you're coming to make a play. The biggest mistake for Sikong Zhen is when you have a slight advantage in lane and then get bloodthirsty trying to go all in a 1 versus 1, and just when it looks like the enemy can't beat you, you use your ultimate to chase, only for their jungler to show up and pick up a free kill. Right now my teammates aren't helping me, and even though the enemy has more people, they can't get any momentum going. As long as I don't fall behind, that's good enough for me. In a moment, you'll see me holding down the solo lane with no help. Everyone can see that, right? Just wait, I'll use my ultimate to take on multiple enemies at once and completely crush the other side. The key is that we maxed out our early game anti-gank measures and kept up the snowballing pace in the mid game. It really has nothing to do with mechanical skill. This time, Fire Dance came to help me, but I didn't have my ultimate, and since the enemy was gone, I wasn't going to contest the lane. The essence of playing Sikong Zhen is really to minimize your deaths in the early game. Pay attention to our decision here. Fire Dance teleports to mid, and the enemy jungler, mid laner, and Crazy Iron all rotate back to defend the mid and bottom lanes. That means there are only 2 left up top, so we teleport straight in and use our ultimate as soon as we land. The first big play at the 5-minute mark was actually initiated by our neglected Sikong Zhen. Tell me, does this have anything to do with mechanical skill? It doesn't, does it? The reason I was able to create this kind of momentum is because I'm good at avoiding ganks. It keeps me in good condition and always ready with my ultimate, so when the enemy shows a weakness, I can seize the opportunity. As the saying goes, opportunity favors the prepared. That's exactly what this means. Next up is item builds. We went for the armor boots, but a lot of people who play Sikong Zhen, no matter if they're ahead, behind, or in an even game, always go for health and attack speed items. Let me put it this way, if in this match the enemy jungler wasn't a warrior but an assassin, I probably would have gone straight for another pair of suspenders, defensive item. Let me tell you today, what junglers like the most are those Sikong Zhen players who always rush boots of swiftness and then fight tooth and nail in lane, focusing on refining their mechanics. But what they fear most are players like us, who know when to advance and when to retreat. I don't know why, but this time my teammates pulled off some kind of phantom fan move in mid, and I also made a misjudgment. I thought Da Qiao was going to use her ultimate and teleport those 2 from the jungle up here, so I tried to pressure bot lane, but the enemy didn't teleport, so I ended up in an awkward spot. Couldn't escape, just gave away a free kill. Respawned, let's keep farming. Sikong Zhen is the core, just like the marksman. So all cores have something in common, which is the 3-item rule. In other words, you need to understand when your power spike is, when you should play aggressively, and when you should focus on farming before going for kills. Right now we only have 2 items, not the third one yet, so this isn't our power spike. We'll keep farming and wait for Boots of Echoes. Sikong Zhen's strength lies in his ability to catch up and farm during the mid-game, but only if you save your mobility skills. That's why I always keep my passive, first skill, and 3-stage ultimate ready. My opponents have no way to deal with me. At 8 minutes, my gold is on par with the enemy jungler. Just wait a bit longer and I'll become a monster, able to take on 3 enemies at once, or even more. Like here, I charge in against multiple enemies and survive. When Ma Chao fought me in the jungle, I didn't follow up. 4 enemies were there. Huo Wu pushed mid and Sun Shangxiang was isolated. No kills, but we took the top tower instead. After taking the tower, we backed off. It's not my power spike yet. The enemy has already lost 4 towers. Except for the first mid tower, which I didn't take, I basically pushed all the others by myself. Actually, you could say I took the first mid tower too, because in that play, I drew the attention of 3 enemies, so their mid tower was basically gone. Right now, the kill score is 5-4. It looks pretty evenly matched, doesn't it? But soon, I'm going to show you what it means to dive the tower and take on all 5 enemies by myself. Let's analyze the situation. It feels like we're about to take off and we're ahead in gold, so there's no need to worry about getting ganked. I'll just switch directly to attack speed boots. So as you can see, we're playing a very disciplined Sikong Zhen, knowing when to advance and when to retreat. That's extremely important. Watch closely, we're about to hit our power spike. Once we get boots of dexterity, you'll see how I show off after equipping them. Our teammates are up at mid and top for this wave, but there's no need to follow them. Joining would just be a pointless team fight, because before 10 minutes, you can't push the high ground anyway. Okay, at 9.5 minutes, we've successfully completed our 3 core items. This time, our teammates are pulling the enemy around in mid lane. What are they trying to achieve with this? We teleport right onto the enemy team, even if we have to tank the tower, it doesn't matter. Just pop the ultimate and push forward. First, unleash a combo on Sun Shangxiang, then pull back. The second tower hasn't even fallen yet, and I'm single-handedly pinning the enemy on their high ground. I don't even want to leave. My ultimate is still active, so I just keep showing off, focusing on the enemy. You see, they can't do anything to me at all. They can't burst me down. We've already unleashed 2 or 3 combos and my health is still above half. Like I said before, being able to do this doesn't have much to do with mechanics. And don't think the enemy team is clueless. You can look up their IDs. The lowest is at least 12,000 points. After taking down the surrounding towers, we immediately go for the Tyrant. There's not much else to see next. It's basically just me 1 versus 5ing. After we took the Tyrant in this wave, we were planning to push our limits a bit. Our teammates got caught in the jungle. Let's see how we make our move here. Fire Dance was instantly killed. Ma Chao and Zhang Fei's health dropped below half right away. I popped my ultimate and focused on the backline. There's no way they're getting away. I forced my way through 3 of them to get to their marksman. Notice that I don't have a single teammate behind me, yet none of them dared to fight me. In this wave, our team was actually about to collapse, but I managed to turn things around all by myself. This is the strength of Sikong Zhen. After driving the enemy away, immediately push the tower. Once it's down, leave right away. Don't hesitate. Finally, what I want to say is that Sikong Zhen is indeed a hero who can pull off those flashy highlight reel moments where he takes on multiple opponents at once. It's just so cool and looks great on camera. That's why a lot of people fall into a misconception, thinking this is how the hero should always be played. Just ult and charge forward whenever you see someone, no matter if it's early, mid, or late game. But they forget that the essence of playing Sikong Zhen well is to be cautious and low-key in the early and mid game and only strike hard in the late game.
The path toward the light is destined to be reborn through thorns. Only the most awe-inspiring thunder can shatter the heaviest darkness.
Little Prince now absolutely loves dance. For him, energetic dancing is the